Hey YouTube, I got really excited about my dollhouse, so I thought I wanted to add an item tonight. Let's see, it's 11:30 p.m. And I was messing around and I dusted it all off, and I remembered that I wanted to put extra things in the little sewing room. So I thought, well, what can I put in it? What extra could I do? So I made an ironing board. Okay, so I've kind of got it almost done, but not all the way done. So I'm going to just show you what I'm doing so you can see what it is and how I did it, kinda. If you have any questions about it, I can make another one, which would be fine. It was really simple. I was just totally flabbergasted how easy this was. So I'm kind of like in the final phases of doing it, so I wanted to bring you along. So I'm going to flip you down on my desk here, and it's kind of a mess. I paint on this desk. Hold on, here we go. Okay. There we go. Look. How about that? Whoops. It's supposed to stand up. See? It's standing up. It's just the perfect height and everything. And what I did is I took a little... You can buy these little pieces of wood. I got them in a packet of wood over at Michael's. And then these were like... They were a lot longer than this, but they're like popsicle sticks or ice cream sticks. And they had a different shape to them. So I used those. And I cut them to where they were just the right height for maybe a doll to stand. And I cut them, and then I glued with tacky glue this piece of, and I used all one piece except for these extra pieces right here. And I cut these with scissors, and then I filed them down with my file so that it has that shape of an ironing board. And then I kind of took from mine one of the old ironing boards, not the newer ones. And I put a piece of wood right there, and then I glued those pieces in. I put another little strip right there. All I used was tacky glue, and it works fine. Then this one I did it at an angle, so I had to make it a little bit longer. And I just kept sitting it back up to see if it was flush, you know, if it was level. And then I put a little piece there, and I tacky glued it to where it stuck like that, and I kind of held it for a little bit. So I thought, okay, now the room, if you kind of remember in the last video, in my dollhouse video, that room is purple and green. So I got some purple paint, and it's apple barrel plaid. What number is that? Royal Violet is the color. And I'm going to paint this purple. And then I was going through my collection of Halloween material, and I found this piece right here, and I found it where, you know, he fits right on there. And I'm going to, after I paint it and it dries, then I'm going to glue that to the board so it looks like it has a little cover on it. So all I'm going to do is, everything's basically dry, so I'm just wanting to give it a small coat of paint because I don't want it the wood color. I want color. I like the color. And I mean, remember, I don't do all this, you know, professionally or anything. I just do this for enjoyment, and I love to do crafts and stuff like that. So I'm going to take this purple paint, and I'm just going to paint around the bottom of the board, and just kind of get into those spots. And I'm even going to go up the legs of it. Still kind of, the glue's still kind of tacky. I was so excited, I really wanted to get this on here. But, just a couple of swipes of a wet brush. And so that it kind of fits the room a little bit in color. Let's turn this around this way. I really don't have to do the top of the board, simply because I'm going to have material on it. but the material is purple. I don't know if I don't know if the board's going to show through or not, so I'm still going to go ahead and do the top of it. Just kind of just go along and paint all the wood. And I'm really excited about Halloween. I haven't decorated in a long time. When I decorate, it takes me a month to put everything out, but I'm kind of seriously thinking about doing it. Or I might just go down and get a few boxes. I laugh at that because that's not going to happen. I'm going to pull all the boxes out of the basement and really decorate. But I was talking to my husband earlier, and he said that, you know, I told him that I didn't like how that little box was, the electrical box was showing on my dollhouse. And he, you know, he says, well, we'll get some measurements, and I'll just make you what looks like maybe a trash box or something like a raised garden bed that has a little flip top, so that I can just open it and turn on all my lights. And I think that's going to be fun. Okay. I think I got most of it, the worrisome stuff, so that just enough to cover it a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to grab it by its edge. Flip it over. Like so. I'm going to hold on to it a little bit though, so I don't break it, because it's still kind of fragile. But just enough to get the top a little bit of color, so that when I put the material on, it doesn't, the color, the light color doesn't bleed through the purple. Because I didn't wash this material, I just took it out of the closet and cut out a piece, so it hasn't softened or shrunk up a bit. But all I'm doing is gluing it to a board. I'm not quilting with it, so that should be fine. Alright, there's one purple ironing board. Oops! It kind of dropping things. There we go. Alright, and then what I'll do is I will put some tacky glue on this when it dries a little bit. After it dries, and then I'll put a little Frankenstein on top of it and roll those pieces around and glue it all down, and it'll be done. And that's what I decided to do tonight, to add to my dollhouse. And I might do some other things. If you have any questions, go ahead and holler at me, and I can give you, you know, maybe some ideas for your dollhouse if you have one. Have a wonderful day. I'm saying a lot. Bye.